Welcome to the Killer Radio Show. Levels are super hot right now. Welcome to the Killer Radio Show. How you doing, Jason?
I'm doing quite well, Ryan. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Happy to be here every Tuesday night from 8 to 10 on the Killer Radio Show, Cast of Killers, arm of the radio. And you can find myself, Ryan Mason, Jason Hellman. You can say hi. You're Jason Hellman.
We're adjusting the headphones right now. I'm very focused on that. Hi, I'm Jason Hillman, and I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, Eric Thorson is going to be joining us just a little bit. We're just getting started.
He got here a little bit late because he was choosing the last players in his fantasy football draft.
That's right, yeah.
That's a good thing. We have to quiz him on that.
Jason's got a full meal in front of him, too, just so everybody knows. He'll be
describe it to them in vivid detail.
I don't know if that's cake. What is it on the right over here? Is
that's Eric brought that. I don't know if that's cake or... I think that's cake.
He has cake. Okay, so Eric brought cake, and you brought a bagel and an apple and an Orangina.
Exactly. That's
all right.
A beautiful meal.
Great. Good things.
It's very local.
I guess so.
Sure do.
Welcome to the Killer Radio Show. I was out last week with pneumonia, so we sent in Ed Nugent. So this is my faithful return. Faithful return to the radio show.
Prodigal son returns.
That's right. And it's hot as the dickens in here, so I'm going to take my headphones off. Hope everybody's doing good. You can tweet the show at Cast of Killers, hashtag Killer Radio. Maybe you don't listen live, and you can send something to the Facebook page. That's a good way to interact with us. But we had a good week.
Even if you're feeling bad.
Even if you're feeling down.
Snuggle up to us. Let us
snuggle up to us.
Wrap you up in our warm radio embrace.
In the radio whispers of the Killer Radio Show. We've got a big show on Friday. We've got a lot of stuff going on. Are you excited for Friday? Are you just excited for that bagel, or what's your deal?
I'm excited about both the bagel and the show on Friday with the equal amount of
in that order
joy. Yeah, because a bagel is going to satisfy me right now, whereas my scrumptious victory awaits.
I guess so. You just look for every excuse to say that stupid word, don't you?
What, scrumptious?
Yeah,
you
do.
This is the dumbest word in the language.
That's like in your jokes you say the word scrumptious.
Awesome. I love that word. It's so ridiculous.
It is pretty dumb. It's pretty dumb.
It's a great word. So you're just mad because you don't use it.
We had an interesting week. I've been listening to a lot of country western music, writing jokes about it. Do you like country western music?
I like watching the videos for country western music because they're...
Not country music. Not like now. Like not... Kenny Chesney, that bull crap.
Are you talking about
like Merle Haggard type of stuff?
Oh yeah, no, I can get down with stuff like that.
Sure. What is a 30-something-year-old Jew? How do you relate to country western music?
Well, you're talking
is it just that like a lot of bad things happen to you?
It's like, what's that?
Is it just that a lot of bad things have happened to you in your life?
I like the heart on your sleeve kind of honesty of country and western music. There's not a lot of room for dissection when it comes to the lyrics. It's just all depressing, dusty, haggard music. Like everything.
Literally.
Yeah.
Exactly. I guess I can feel it in my bones because I'm from Wisconsin and my grandfather's a big country western fan. He's like he lived in Texas for a while. Like he totally understands it. It's been imparted to me. But I think agreed, like is it really sappy? Like is it real sadness or is it just like wouldn't it be terrible if this happened? Because I don't think it's real. Like they're not like talking about real sad things that happened.
Well, I think a lot of them are just dramatizing actual sad things that happened to them. What happened, there was this shift into like what's modern country where there's a lot of disingenuous pain being sung about.
Yeah, if
Kenny Chesney is like the screamo of country.
But how guys, so? Like
because it's all
there's no emotional connection in his music though.
There is kind of, because there seems to be a sort of, well, I went through this and it's awful, but you didn't really go through it, and your anger and sadness are disingenuous, whereas before it seemed like there was some truth.
You don't really think his tractor's sexy. Is that what you're saying?
Kenny Chesney might be a bad example, because I'm not really familiar with
him. Hey, Eric. Nice of you to join us. We got something big going on today?
I figured if you could take off a whole episode, I could take off 6 minutes.
Boom. Boom.
How'd the draft go?
How's your fantasy draft going? Eric's drafting fantasy football, right?
Yep.
Who was your first pick?
Ray Rice, Baltimore Ravens.
I don't know who that guy is, but I bet he's black. Well, you said running back.
Yes, running back, not...
No, I'm just saying there's not a lot of white running backs in the league, right?
There's a couple.
Who? Name one. Peyton Hillis. Name another one.
Listen to Ryan try to backtrack out of a racist joke.
Does Mike Allstott?
Oh, now your mic's on. Sorry.
Oh, my mic wasn't.
He was
on?
a fullback.
He was a fullback. Oh, I'm sorry, fullback. No, I asked some of my draft friends to call in so they could talk crap. There's
Oh, right on.
We're playing. There's a tattoo bet in this league.
Really? What's that?
Like, apparently, I'm not in the tattoo bet, but there's like a group of 5 guys where the winner gets to pick what tattoo the other 4 people are getting.
How big?
And where? And where?
Forehead.
We
Dumb
have
dumb.
run out of stuff for people to do. We have run out of things to bet on.
That's a good bet,
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
an awesome
Really?
bet.
To get
You don't think that's a good bet?
I think that's
no,
a fantastic
I'm not
bet.
gonna pin my something that's gonna be on my body the rest of my life on.
Are you eating cake?
Let me eat cake.
On the possibility that a guy who eats cake for dinner is gonna choose my tattoo.
Well, you know what I say to you, Jason? Do your research. You don't want a swastika on your forehead? Win the league, buddy.
That sounds really serious.
Yeah.
Who's in your league?
That's why I couldn't miss it.
My
I
friend
couldn't-
Charlie plays from somewhere in California. He
Like,
has
let's say
limited
you-
internet
Let's
access.
say you did that. Let's say you won and you just told a bunch of people to get swastikas in their forehead. What's the limit? Where's the line?
Maybe like just general human decency is the line. I don't know.
You're forcing someone to get a tattoo.
You have a really low bar for who's in his fantasy league.
like
Either that or I'm never gonna bet against you in anything. Jason's like, if you lose a bet to me, you have to do something terrible.
Terrible. Like life-altering.
Yeah, life-alteringly bad. Have you ever just like lost a bet and paid somebody $10?
No, there's a difference between paying somebody $10, and getting a tattoo. That's not a good bet. I would not put that much faith in somebody's designs.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want
Like
to get in a bet
imagination.
where I'd have to get one of your tattoos.
Whose tattoos would you think? Whose tattoos would you take? Whose would you be?
You'd have to get a Damon Led Zeppelin tattoo.
Oh, I don't know if I could do that. That would be a lost bet for me to get a Led Zeppelin tattoo. Who would I get? I don't know.
Who's
Maybe
a band you would
Steve.
get
Steve's
tattooed
got
on you?
Steve's got okay tattoos. I'd bet if I lost a bet, I would get one of your tattoos, Steve. Only
Steve,
in that
is it the one?
instance.
Is it the one with the dog tags with the dog's name? You should get that one.
Yeah. Good call.
I asked you to be in it, Ryan. You would have.
I'm not a football guy, and I think maybe I can talk about football to the extent that, like, you know, if I'm in a conversation with a, you know, person that I don't think I have a lot in common with, I can do that. But I'm not analytical enough to really follow football.
I would make
like I don't
everybody
know
get a
who
picture
the
of
players are.
Of Sarah Jessica Parker on her lower back.
I'm sorry. Did you say analytical? I think you're not thinking of football.
That's true. Like football's not a thinking man's game. Football's football. But there's a lot of players. Like that's the
Yeah,
thing.
it requires a
Football
lot of-
has so many players that like I don't watch the West Coast games.
Should I back up?
Oh, I can turn down your headphones. I can turn them down.
That's what I was in.
Oh, I thought you wanted them up.
Oh no.
My bad. This is
I'm
good
just
radio.
talking into the mic.
We're
that
pros. We've
better?
only done this like
Is that better?
324 times.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Mine are terrible. You didn't bring those other ones?
No.
Oh, okay. This is fascinating conversation, I'm sure. But yeah, there's too many players. Like I don't know who the.
Yeah, no, put the
and you
camera
don't
on
like
while I'm
fantasy
eating.
football. You're not really gambling on like the non-skill players, right? Like am I gambling on the offensive line of the Patriots? Like
Well, I mean, there's defense and there's kickers and stuff. Depends on what you call non-skilled.
But here's the thing: I don't want to pay attention to a kicker.
Really?
Like even if I'm gambling on it, I don't want to have to care about that. I don't want to be like, oh, how many field goals did the Vikings kick this week? Like that sucks. That makes me a
This guy's
loser.
percentage is 498. This percentage is 499. What do I do?
I don't know. Put our audience to sleep.
There are tons of people that play fantasy football.
Yeah, it's a
Jason.
thing. They
Like
made
it
a
is
TV show
a
about it.
thing.
I made a TV show about it.
Tweet in if you play
Yeah,
fantasy
that show
football.
is not
Yeah.
about fantasy football.
At Cast of Killers, hashtag Killer Radio.
Yeah.
It's just kind of.
Or call in. I'd be happy to field a question if you got a draft tomorrow. I'll give you some advice.
Yeah, if you need draft advice, we'll get.
You know what? I'm
all
just
three
mad.
of us will
I'm
give
just
it.
mad because nobody wants me to be in their league.
You could be in his league.
wanna
They'll take
go.
your money. You just got to get a stupid tattoo later.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I have so many to choose from already.
So fantasy football, notwithstanding, we're prepared to answer your questions on that.
I missed Randy Travis. That sucks.
We didn't talk about Randy Travis yet.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just eat food. Just eat your food. Eat your food, Jason. Randy Travis is a country music singer. He wrote the song "I'm Gonna Love You Forever."
Okay, I know.
Forever and ever, amen. And
He's very scary looking.
He's been getting in trouble a lot lately. He got arrested for walking into a gas station buck naked to buy cigarettes, which
him.
sounds like a country music song.
Yeah.
And he got in a fight in a church parking lot recently, like drunk. He was drunk in a church parking lot and got in a fight. Also a country song, if you think about it. But I don't know. He got really rich. Here's the thing, Jason. He got really rich, right? In the late 80s, early 90s, country icon. Decides I'm gonna retire. All this fame, it's hard work to do all this. He retires to Hawaii. We don't hear from him at all for 10 years, and then 10 years later, he's walking into a gas station naked to buy cigarettes drunk. That's a fall from grace. Even
That's
for
actually kind of sounds like the American dream realized. I feel like I want to make enough money. I want to make so much money in 5 to 6 years that I can spend the rest of my time walking around naked, getting cigarettes with no clothes on, getting into fights at church.
I like to think that he was gonna use the cigarette box for clothes. He's like, I need something to cover up. Give me Newport 100s. Because they're longer.
Yeah, no, yeah. I like to imagine he smoked Virginia Slims.
I would. If I was a country music legend. I don't know.
If I was a country music legend, I would smoke unfiltered Lucky Strikes, because that's
pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toby Keith style.
That you die quick. Die quick.
So we've got the BBC show. Congratulations to Eric. You won the 88.9 contest, right?
Around, yeah. Thank you.
Way to go. Have some cake.
Yeah, I will.
I love that, we are here for 2 hours. We are here for 2 hours every week. There are only 2 hours that really you don't have to be eating. The only 2 hours where other people have to listen to what comes out of your mouths. And during those 2 hours, you guys are always eating.
You guys. I mean, I usually don't.
I think we bring a unique flavor to the show, actually.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, where's your food, dude?
I'm not eating right now.
I'm sorry we spend our time eating instead of thinking up new puns.
I took the rest of the hours that encompass an entire week, and I decided that I would get all of my nutrients. Yeah, don't fight puns with puns over there.
Unless you want some punishment.
Yeah. Just eat your cake.
They're gonna hit me because I was so
Eric's
stupid.
on fire.
They wanted a high five.
That's like hitting you, but successfully. For success.
You're not even letting the listeners in on your eating experience. You're taking this time to digest food.
I'm eating a piece of birthday cake. It's delicious.
Whose birthday was it?
I'm not sure. Sarah was like, "Hey, it's."
You're eating a pice of found birthday
You
cake.
took that out of a Holiday Inn somewhere. Yeah, it was just sitting there. It was sitting in the street. Someone had thrown it away. You're like, I've got a Tupperware container.
We were celebrating Hitler's birthday. You want some of this cake?
You see that Indian store that was they called themselves Hitler.
Oh, no.
It's an actual clothing store called Hitler and has a swastika right on the eye. And the guy's like, I just found out how bad Hitler was yesterday, but I've already paid for all the marketing.
That's a bad deal. Who did his marketing?
Yeah.
Goebbels?
That's historically.
Yeah, not bad.
That's not accurate.
Huh?
What? It wasn't him. It was
Goebbels? That was his marketing guy.
marketing guy. I like that he was his marketing.
That was his PR guy.
That was his marketing guy. It was his agent. It was Hitler's agent. It was Goebbels.
He was a great graphic designer. Whoever he got to make those posters
Stop.
was
I
fantastic.
do not need a Jew eating a bagel telling me what a great graphic designer Goebbels was. But he was a great drawer.
Oh, yeah.
He was very good.
It was very hard to find pencils back then, but he did it, and he made those posters like nothing.
He made them, snapped them up real quick. Real quick.
Got those people on the side of justice and right, whatever.
Your Jewish accent delineates into a Southern accent like almost immediately.
That was funny. As soon as I got into that next part, it was like I got back into country and western. They're all connected.
Can you tell that Jason moved to Iowa? It's like Jason had his ties to like Jewish culture, and then he moved to Iowa, and like now he can't hold an accent.
Yeah, right. Oh,
That's too bad.
It was good there for a minute. The pencils.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So are you drafting right now?
Yeah, I
jeez.
put it on auto draft, but I mean, who needs kickers and defense? You know, like I
Yeah,
picked all
who
my
cares?
4 position players.
Who
that I wanted.
cares, right?
And then
That's the kind of attitude I take into something that's got a tattoo on the line.
Yeah. What is
I'm not
what is
worried
the
about it.
identity of your team?
we are the Carolina Barn Cats. That's my team name.
All right, I'm done.
Okay.
Kind of like the Panthers, but barn cats. Do you get it? You don't get it? Well, a barn cat is a cat that lives in a barn and he's tough because he lives outside. And my mascot is a cat with mange, 1 eye, and 3 legs.
Okay.
And
Well, I can get behind.
And I'm gonna make everybody get a tattoo of that.
Of a barn cat. That's a good
really
one.
cheesy, and then you just described your character, and now
That's
And
good.
now you're
I like
into
that.
it. Yeah, no,
Now I'm
that would
into
make
it.
a cool tattoo. It'd be like, what's
Carolina
this
Barn
mangy
Cats.
cat
That's-
on your ass? I'd be like, oh, is that I could say ass.
You can't say cat though.
I can't say cat.
No, you can.
No, I just
you can
did it
say
again.
ass. Have you never watched TV or like listened to the radio? Like you
by
guys
the
are
way-
so confused by this.
I don't know.
Wait till those British kids get here. They're gonna be like,
Yeah, they're gonna
Can we
just
say this? And I'll be like, well, you just did. Yeah.
No one. It's
Harry
not gonna be able
Potter.
to make it out. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we should say our guests. We've got Jim Zajikowski, brother of Gary Zajikowski, friend of the COK, and
Who also moved down to that contest?
Gary did or Jim? Because you're
Gary did.
okay.
Gary did. Jim's not a comedian.
Jim has done comedy before
Yeah,
at our
but
park.
that's really funny because I think he wants to be. But wait a.
Yeah,
I hope he's
you really-
listening and you've shattered his.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Well, I mean, he's I would think he's in a pretty awesome band. So.
Yeah, he's in the band and they recently traveled to Cuba for Solidarity Rock, which is a program that brings musical instruments and brings music to people and communities that don't have the means necessarily to do so. And since it's Cuba, it's even more difficult to get to, I would imagine. So he's going to come in and talk a little bit about that.
Cool.
We've got George Whittle and Kyle, whose last name I don't know. They're 2 teenagers from Great Britain who are going to come in and talk to us about being British and being 19.
Okay, who's gonna
George
be the-
Whittle is very funny. He's a
Yeah.
comic as well. He's trying to do comedy here in the States, which he's going to maybe tell us a little bit about why we would never make it in England. So
And he was just at Sherman Park too.
I'm assuming it's because of the real estate. We're very poor.
I like
okay.
having conversations with people, along with people with accents, because I like to see who accidentally adopts that accent. Just
Not you. Yours is just going to go straight Southern.
Right,
after
exactly.
2 sentences.
a Southern Jew.
I say, that's not a bagel. What is a Southern Jew? What is this?
What would a Southern Jew do? They would just try to talk you down on some pigs, I guess.
I guess maybe that's it. I don't know. That seems mean.
No, what else?
You can say it. That's fine. I guess.
It's so stupid. It can't be mean.
You're Reform, right? Would you even consider yourself Reform or just?
I'm into the Jew thing for the jokes. I don't really give a shit.
Aren't they all?
Job. I don't give a gosh darn poop
Oh, jar.
swear
We need
jar.
swear jar.
about.
But when did you ever like?
My dad tried really hard to be an awesome Jew, you know, but my stepmom was an atheist, and she was totally against any kind of religion being brought into the house. So he would try. Like I went to temple.
But like Judaism's not
When's the
all
sitcom come
religion, you know.
yeah, right.
Judaism's not all religion, though. I mean, there's culture to it too. Like,
I know, and he tried his best.
was she like, I'm such an atheist. You are not allowed to watch Fiddler on the Roof. Like that is. Like I don't believe in God and I don't believe in Bette Midler. Not Bette Midler.
She would let him celebrate Hanukkah, which was
Who wanted to
nice
see?
for me because I got presents, and then we celebrated like godless Christmas.
Yeah.
And then my birthday, which was also godless. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, yeah, no Hanukkah, but Christmas. Even though I'm an atheist, Christmas we're doing.
Really? Like that? Did she make you do Christmas?
Oh yeah, no, we had Christmas just like we were. They did their best to be a fully functioning.
But did
happy
you go
family.
to church on Christmas?
No,
Okay.
no, none of that nonsense.
I can't believe that she was like, Judaism is too religious.
Well, yeah,
this pagan Christian holiday though. Let's do that one.
Well, yeah. If you're missing context though, I could
I'm
totally
sure I
buy
am.
that from her.
Yeah.
Their first date, they went to see Indiana
So you're saying
Jones
there wasn't
and
a
the
lot of
Temple of-
reason behind it?
Yeah, that's why they're divorced.
Okay.
They went to see Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. My dad had
Great.
taken her to that movie, and then every time that woman was on screen screaming, she would scream out, "Sexist! This is sexist! I can't believe you brought me here!" until he left. And then he continued
Really?
dating her.
And then he married her.
Yeah, then he
and
married
had
her.
you.
No, she just borrowed me for a little while.
Ah, I see. I get it. We're learning a lot about you.
Yeah, there's really unnecessarily.
Come out of your shell, Jason.
Yeah. That's why Jason is. So you would say you're an Indiana Jones Jew. Is what you're saying. Is what I'm
An
getting.
Indiana Jew.
Yeah. She was very nice. She loved Indiana Jones. It was not a big deal. It was a very large ball. Nobody really knows where it came from, but it nearly ran him over. It was very traumatic for him.
Huge matzo ball.
Yeah.
Humongous.
There was a very large ball. That's my impression of Jewish
That
women.
was very nice.
I don't know where that
Oh my-
comes from. Excuse me.
Stereotype.
Still
Barbra
getting up.
Streisand.
Barbara Streisand. That's who I was thinking of because she's in Fiddler, right?
Yeah.
Fiddler.
Is she in Fiddler on the Roof?
Yes,
I remember
of
from
course.
I just remember her nose from things.
Yeah, remember do you remember Fiddler on the Roof?
Never seen Fiddler on the Roof actually.
But you've seen Battleship?
Actually, you've seen it twice now,
Yeah.
asshole.
I've seen Fiddler twice at least too, so that cancels out.
Does it?
She like dresses up as a dude. It's like a whole thing. We should watch that
Is it on
together.
Netflix?
I don't know, possibly.
You should drink
wanna set it-
Manischewitz wine.
I'll do that. I'll get bombed on Manischewitz and watch Fiddler with you.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Let's do that. Field trip.
And you know what? You can eat all the frickin' bagels you want during that. Just don't eat them on the show. God. Yeah, call in or text in with your Fiddler references.
Also,
I'll read
Jew
'em.
facts.
Also, Jew facts. Jew facts, Jew facts. We need a theme song for that. I like that Jason. I like the idea of Jason giving us some like facts about Judaism, because like you're very far removed from it now. But like because you were raised Jewish, you could give us a fact and pretend it's true. Be like, you guys didn't know this, but all Jewish people can bend their pinkies all the way back to their wrists, and we'd be like, well, that seems right. I mean, he said it, so.
Yeah.
He's very limber with his fingers.
Are you looking for a Jew fact?
Yeah, give us one. Wait, can
Well,
I
most
do
pure
this? I want
Jews
to
are
do the
actually
theme
very,
song first.
very hairy. Oh.
Jew facts, Jew facts. These are the facts about Jews. Jason.
When a boy goes through his bar mitzvah and he becomes a man, they take his pube hair and they tape it to their back, and they have to walk around shirtless for a week.
Jew facts, Jew facts. These are facts about Jews. Jason, that's a good segment. Maybe we'll do that. We'll do a segment.
That's
We'll
right
do-
before their circumcision. That's
Should
the
we
part
do?
I left out.
That's the bris. That's not the bar mitzvah.
I was.
Come on. Keep it within reason. Keep it within reason.
Yeah. Don't be outrageous about it.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, how do you guys think the show's been going so far?
I think we're probably the best thing happening in this time slot.
Right? So the Republican National Convention happened. Speaking of crazy, did you see
Wasn't it
Clint
like-
Eastwood? Did you see the whole thing?
I didn't watch it.
I didn't
actually.
watch
Oh my
it.
God.
I've heard
I
about
kind of
it.
wanted to not.
Are
watch
you
it
the
because
only
I-
people who haven't seen this?
Because I want to respect Clint Eastwood as a person.
No, you don't. You
So
don't.
he might have. I'm hoping that he did that to prank them. Like
Yeah,
he
he
purposely
was on
like got
punk.
in there and like
Ashton
tanked
was
the
behind it.
Republican National Convention
Yeah.
and their entire hopes for the future. Because he's a pretty liberal guy, isn't he?
No, he's not.
I thought he was.
No, that's what those car commercials want you to think. But he's a total like demagoguing Republican.
He's an old man. Like
You
aren't
don't
they
get to
all, like-
speak at the Republican National Convention if you're a pretty liberal guy. Like, that doesn't happen. Hey, we really like this guy who is, Bruce Willis
fair,
is awesome. Let's get him
I
up
wouldn't
there.
care if he was remarkably liberal. Clint Eastwood wants to speak at my event. Sure.
You just let him, without vetting him,
Without checking his
checking out what his
You're
speech
gonna
was.
vet Fucking Clint Eastwood.
Oh, come on.
Whoa,
Wow.
I have money to burn. I got paid today. Let's do it.
All right. Well, okay. So did you see what happened? Clint Eastwood got up in front of the RNC, and he seemed like he didn't have anything prepared. His hair was crazy, and so were the words coming out of his mouth. And he started to talk to an empty chair, pretending that he was making pretend that there was a Barack Obama in that chair, and that he was talking to him.
As if there are multiple Barack Obamas.
And he kept doing things like, what do you want me to say? I can't say that. Like that was kind of like his shtick. He was like, he was like, sort of panning something that this fake invisible Barack Obama was telling him to say, and then he'd be like, well, I can't tell these people to go do that to themselves. Like that was what he was doing. Like he definitely made a go F yourself joke, like during his thing, which was not the time nor the place.
Oh, that was a butt.
Not
That's
even a sexy girl butt.
classy guy. But
There
yeah,
have been a mustache on his butt also. That would have made a lot of sense.
somebody just mooned us in the studio. It was good. It was a dude. It was great.
Yeah.
So, like, anyways, there was an empty chair with Barack Obama allegedly in it, and he was talking to it. And they apparently didn't vet him. Like, they didn't vet, like, nobody asked him what he was going to talk about. They're just like, go
Clint
ahead.
Eastwood.
Because he's Clint Eastwood, yeah. Like, he's awesome. But, like, you still have to look at what he's going to say, right?
Oh yeah, because those Republicans, they sure are known for their logic and their follow-through.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess, like, they were like, Clint Eastwood's gonna come talk? Okay, is he old? Is he white? Okay, all right, let's
Exactly.
get him up there. Give him a
We need
mic.
every legitimate person we have up there to make up for both Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan.
What did you think of their speeches?
I didn't see any of those either.
Are you voting?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Okay.
Definite maybe from Jason Ullman.
Are you?
Yeah, of course. It's my civic duty.
Yeah, see? This guy, committed.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you vote?
I would vote twice if I could, but I can't because then that would.
That'd be against your civic duty.
Right.
You name me 3 things that both sides are going to do in reality, actually going to do if I vote for them.
I think
Give money to corporations.
I think voting.
Other than give money to corporations.
Okay, can I give you things that one side might do that I want to vote against? Because the first one would just be the Supreme Court. There's definitely going to be able to name another member of the Supreme Court, which is important to our legal system. So that's number
Think
one.
so?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, look at all the people on the Supreme Court. They're ancient.
Yeah, but I don't know if can you just do that though?
If the Republicans got voted in, they definitely would. There would be a way to that would get done. Yes.
Huh.
You can't just make somebody leave. You know, that's
Yeah,
not
I
part
thought
of.
they were like doing it until they die. Like,
You're on it for life.
Yeah.
But you don't have to do it until you die. Like that's the rub. Like you can be like, I'm
done.
freaking super old now.
yeah.
Like
But
I'm
you
done.
can't retire at like
I'm tired
65.
of having really good opinions.
You can't
and having
retire like
6 other guys
65,
hate
can you?
them.
I don't think that there's precedent for that, but there's certainly been folks that have retired that
Yeah.
they've said like, well, this person has seemed to be in good health and they didn't need to retire, but they did, so they can. That would get done. So that's one. The second one is, I would hope that, like, women's rights would continue to be an issue. You know, in the Lilly Ledbetter Act not being
Is it-
overturned.
Isn't that great though? Like, oh, well, I don't want them to be in office because they have these viewpoints. This other guy that we're going to vote for, just so we don't have the other people in office, he can't offer much and he's not going to do anything for me.
Tell
He's
that to
gonna-
women who aren't getting paid the same as men.
And that's going to change how?
I just think that having more progressive people in
Is
office.
Obama progressive?
No. But I'm
He
saying
sure
that,
is black though, so that's important,
yes,
right?
he is.
So that's an important thing.
No, I think that having folks in there that actually have the agenda of people that voted for them, considering I don't think there's a lot of women out there voting for Mitt Romney. I think
there's a lot more women voting for Mitt Romney than we realize.
I don't think so. Why would they?
Well, that's a good question. Why would someone, because they're obsessed with keeping the person that is now viewed as their enemy out of office, they don't care that the people that they're voting for have nothing but their worst interests in heart. They think they have their best interests, but they don't. And that's the greatest trick that the Republican Party has
You might as
pulled,
well throw
is
your-
to make the working class think that they're for them.
Well, at least throw your hat on one side or the other then.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Give me a better choice.
No, you have those choices. I don't pick them. I just pick which one I think is the not as bad.
Which
Like
one
that's
has-
what everybody votes like.
Harry Trove D for
Yeah,
president.
you pick the lesser of two evils. That's pretty common. Like
Yeah.
Well, it is pretty common.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad?
it
I
is
mean,
sad, but like I would still vote.
A lot of people in this world don't even get a choice. Like it's either like this is who it is, deal with it.
No, that's the new big thing. The new big thing is
No,
like
that's the
going
old big thing.
into oppressive
2012, the new big thing.
oppressive regimes now of like, look at Iraq. We
No.
destroyed that country. We destroyed it, and then we're like, well, here you go, elections. And then we did this in Egypt was the same way. It fell apart, but then it's like, oh, here you go, elections, like this matters.
To
Like,
be fair, things weren't super great in Iraq before.
Right.
Like, they weren't.
they
good.
were super better than they are now.
What I think is funny is we.
I don't know.
did
You'd
that-
have to ask somebody from over there.
We-
Like
we
I
go
can't
in
even
and,
answer
like,
that question.
We should find somebody.
I think there are plenty of people who would say that living under a Saddam Hussein regime was pretty awful.
Yeah.
I would say
Like I don't know, like all the people he murdered. Like maybe.
maybe
them.
yeah, but maybe I'm assuming that they'd also go, wow, being run by a bunch of 18-year-olds with assault rifles isn't that great either.
I'm sure they would, but I think I don't know.
This is not even an issue with.
I don't think that
inclusion
I don't
either.
think that any of us
There's
have.
really no.
I don't think any of us have the ability to answer that
Not
question.
Voting for Mitt Romney.
Who? Nicki Minaj?
Yeah.
All right, I'm done with living.
Nicki Minaj says he's a hell of a guy. That's what I've heard.
She wants her uterus to be crucified.
I can't imagine why. Like, okay,
That's
first of
it,
all,
wow.
don't take Nicki Minaj's advice for voting because, like, first of all, she chose Pepsi over Coke. I mean, there you go,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Michael Jackson represented Pepsi. Britney
Sure enough.
Spears represented Pepsi.
And that's not good either.
Carrie Underwood, come on.
I guess so. Wow, we got too political. Let's
Yeah. None of that was funny. That was all just like.
yeah.
No, we don't have to be funny all the time, though. And the thing is, like, these
I'm
issues
trying.
don't really have a conclusion because it's all so nebulous and hard to grasp. You can't actually. Political
No,
conversations have
you're
no
the
end.
nebulous one.
Yeah.
Eric's the soft-spoken one, and I'm the heartthrob. So that's
Clear
how
it
that
up.
goes.
Wait, I'm the bad boy then.
I guess if
I
you
guess
want
I,
to.
think I vote Steve the bad boy.
I agree.
Steve
I'm
is
gonna
the
vote
bad
Steve
boy.
the bad boy.
Yeah.
So I'm just
He's got a
the
big
weird-looking
honker,
one.
too.
The weird-looking one in the back, right? That's awesome. Can I be the bass?
You're the,
Jewish
tone of our
one,
group.
the old
Jewish one.
You're the old one.
The old one.
Yeah, you're the bass.
Yeah.
That's what you are.
Oh yeah.
Sort of the
I'm the tremor. Right?
tremor.
Tenor.
Tremor.
Tenor.
Tremor.
You said
all right.
tremor.
I'm the tremor.
You like the tremor of the tenor.
It's a tremor.
Yeah.
Yep.
But okay, so did
yeah.
you see what Hank Williams 2 said?
Hank Williams too said.
Do you know
what
who-
did he say?
Bocephus, the Are You Ready for Speaking of football, the Are You Ready for Some Football guy?
Oh right, the one
Yeah, but
who's
he's not anymore because he. What did he say where he got kicked off of that? That was a while ago. I don't know what he said recently.
He called Obama a Muslim and
called Obama a Muslim.
he addressed like one of his crowds like at his shows and he said to them,
I'm surprised he still gets crowds.
he's super famous. Like he's Bocephus. Like
I don't even know what that means.
well, pay more attention to pop culture, and you might understand
No.
that he's Bocephus.
I don't
If
think
you're gonna talk
I'll
like
do
that, I gotta
that.
turn you down. He said that Obama was a Muslim, and he said this to one of his crowd. He's like, "We got a Muslim
Baby, I don't
president.
think Obama's a Muslim.
We got a Muslim president who doesn't care about cowgirls and loves the gays." That's what he said.
Well, to be fair, both of those things are true.
Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think he's ever come out with a doesn't care about cowgirls stance.
Implied.
What is implied about that? First of all, what is a cowgirl?
Well, he,
What is implied? By
Yeah. What has he done to imply? Because he like plays basketball, like he doesn't care about cowgirls.
maybe you know what? You're right. I'm being presumptuous.
You're
Maybe he
being
loves-
presumptuous about the standards of cowgirls.
Yeah.
You can be a liberal cowgirl.
Hey, don't hate on the Cowboys.
Don't hate on the cowgirls. But I love the idea that like Hank Williams too, he got yelled at, or he wanted to yell at his crowd and get a reaction by saying that like President Obama treats homosexual people with human decency. He's like he was hoping for some like rousing like, yeah, we don't like that, like
Yeah.
I guess like I can't imagine being in a crowd of people where it's like somebody's like, oh, he cares about other people who are different than me. Boo. That's when the USA chant starts going, and you want to get out of there. Like, just get out of there. Do we have any tweets, Eric?
Oh yeah, we have a
not.
couple.
Aiden Rady, tweet us if you miss Bocephus. Any of our this is going to be an international show. We want some international flavor coming in. Tell us about Bocephus. Bocephus.
At Bubbly One says, "I love you, Kyle Sedan."
Oh, that's
yeah.
the guy's last name,
Yeah,
right?
so
That must be his girlfriend or something. What's
know,
her
she
name?
follows
What's her
us now.
name?
Emma Thompson.
That's gotta be a British girl, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't she in
her profile
Stranger Than
picture
Fiction?
looks
Yeah,
pretty.
was she in Stranger
pretty
Than
British.
Fiction? Well,
She follows us now, so thank you for the follow, and
Yeah,
we'll have
thanks.
Kyle on soon.
if you're Kyle's girlfriend or love interest or whatever the hell they call it in Great Britain, what do you want us to ask Kyle? Like, is there something embarrassing we can ask him? Please tweet us something.
really embarrassing.
Tweet us something that we can ask them that'll make them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I'm gonna just try and make them feel uncomfortable because they're teenagers, so that'll happen.
And,
we saw George get up on stage and do
Confuse
some
them
time.
with our local culture.
I don't have any culture. I can't confuse them. They're already confused. They're teenagers. Do you have another tweet to read?
Debbie Lynn Mason says, "Get my Irish Caldil? Something Irish
You're
tattoo.
very confusing to us, Miss Mason.
Something Irish tattoo."
All right.
You want us?
Clod.
Debbie, respond what that is, or maybe like a
I know what it is.
Maybe like an
My mom
Instagram
has a
picture.
tattoo on her foot. The clada.
Mommy's your
the
mom on
clada.
Instagram?
Clada. That's what it is.
Yes, that's what it is.
What is it?
It's a ring that it's an Irish like symbol. I don't know. Ask my mom if she's Irish. She's not. So that's cool. She might be. I don't know.
Is your mom gonna be in my fantasy football league next year? And we'll
I don't
play for
know.
that. We'll
I
play
don't
for
know.
that tattoo next year.
Mom,
Debbie.
if you want Eric to get that tattoo, you got to join his football league and then beat him. So there's that. And Jason and I will watch Fiddler with you.
Can I just watch Fiddler with your mom?
Yeah, I'm sure she would.
Tweet at me. Let me know if you want to hit up some Fiddler.
He's got
yo.
a lot of feelings. He's really angry about politics. Maybe he does need to just curl up and watch Fiddler.
Who, me?
Yes,
I don't care
yes,
about
you.
politics that much, which is why I'm like. That's why I don't.
Vote.
Yeah.
This is why you don't vote. You got another one?
It's
Now I'm gonna be-
loading, so we'll come
Thanks,
back to
but
it
now
later.
now that it's out in public, I will be guilted into voting.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, you will. And I mean, I won't say you should be.
Good. Good.
Okay. All right. Let's smoke, and we'll come back with a little bit more. Let me play a tune here. Let me see what I can dredge up.
Did you know that?
We should be back very shortly with Jim Zajikowski, and we'll talk about Cuba. This
Talk
song
about
is
Cuba.
this song is by the Good Night Lovin'.
Good night and nothing.
Love your city, love your sounds. You keep moving when I'm not around.
that door. I'll stand there till I'm naked, till the moon has washed ashore. For my darling, you're a being, a lovely, stubborn, broken beast. And all the thieves are at the table, finally working for their meals. So won't you please come in, Benjamin? Oh, won't you please come in, Benjamin? We can cover all our wounds with layers of skin, but the blue will still show through if we let the winter in. Then all the blankets are moth-bitten, gaping holes from what is gone. But sparse fur is no excuse to deny one's self-worth. For my darling, you're a being, a lovely, stubborn, broken beast. And all the thieves are at the table, finally working for their meal. So won't you please come in, Benjamin? Oh, won't you please come in, Benjamin? Whoa, oh, 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 are the gardens too long, furniture out of place? I can move things around if you'll just fill this empty space. So won't you please come in, Benjamin? He told her she was pretty, wondered if she was busy. She was the only one, other girls were just for fun. You'll find a girl, you'll fall in love. 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 In love. It's not that hard to you.
Hello, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Killer Radio Show. I think that was the Honest Sleeves, the band that Sarandi Klakizos helped us to bring on. So that's very good. Speaking of music, we've got some folks coming into the studio right now from the band Uh-Oh. We've got Jim Zadzikowski and Logan. I don't know Logan's last name. It's something weird, though. We'll ask him when he gets in here.
Nobody knows Logan.
Eric, you got any tweets that you want to read real quick?
Sure. Let me just, it'd be weird if I was
Let me
prepared.
just not be ready.
It'd be weird if I was prepared, right? That'd be weird.
Here, throw my beer out, too.
Gerolb,
Gerolb. Brother of beers.
Yeah.
Yep.
He said, I sound like Anthony Michael Hall in The Breakfast Club when I talk about my civic duty.
Okay, all right. Right on.
And he sent us a YouTube video of some crazy Fiddler on the Roof guy, but I wasn't able to look at it. So
Okay, very well.
yeah, whatever Gary tweeted us to YouTube, I didn't watch it, but I'm sure it was interesting.
It looks like Logan brought a hams for himself,
Yeah.
so they're ready. They are ready. Come on in, guys. Welcome to the Killer Radio Show.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome to the Killer Radio Show. Right now, we're lucky to be being joined by Uh-Oh. Right?
It's
Am I
Ham's
saying
time.
that right? Uh-Oh.
It's Ham's time.
There you go.
Jim Zedzikowski and Logan. What's your last name, Logan?
Burn.
Logan Byrne.
That just
Something
sounds
weird?
like a rock star name. Is that your
Right?
real name?
That's my real name.
Logan Byrne.
You can talk into this one. I'll crank you way up too. So, welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having
Thanks for having us.
These two gentlemen are members of the band Uh-Oh. And how long has Uh-Oh been around?
I think about 5 years now.
And what is Uh-Oh? Like what kind of music is it?
Basement punk rock.
Basement
I
punk
guess
rock.
Fast, angry punk.
Yeah.
Fast, angry punk.
If you could compare yourself to a pop starlet, what would it be?
Avril Lavigne.
Ah, awesome.
All right. Remember when she was famous?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was famous
Oh yeah,
for
never
like
mind.
a minute last week.
I would never get engaged
yeah,
to
she
Nickelback.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Logan might.
Uh-Oh is a River West band. You guys been together for how long?
5 years.
5 years. Wow. But you guys have been in other bands too. I know that Jim, you were part of Louis Tully. Were you in that band as well, Logan?
No, I wasn't.
What other bands have you been in?
In Milwaukee, I've been in Mad Swirl, Board Games, Fairweather Friends, and Appleseeds. I'm in Appleseeds now.
Oh, okay. Currently in
Yep.
Appleseeds. And Jim,
I've
what's
been in a million bands. Quester
1
Fire, probably
million.
most notably. That's my metal band.
the Dads? Are you
The Dads. I'm in the Dads.
The Dads? I
I
like.
mean, I'm in the Dads.
that's what you say when you're in
Yeah.
the Dads. Yeah, I like a lot of the music that you guys have produced throughout the years. I mean, Jim and I have known each other for a long time, and Logan as well. I just part of my upbringing here in Milwaukee was just, going to basement shows and seeing those kind of shows. There's a lot of energy in those basements. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot going on.
Right.
Jason, do you ever go to a basement show in River West?
No, we just had a basement show at what was his name? What was that kid's name?
Joey
Ryan
Jojo.
DeWorth.
And Ryan DeWorth. We had a showroom basement, and we did a comedy show in the basement right before a dubstep show. So there's definitely a lot of illegal energy in that room.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. A lot of arrestable
We
energy.
don't break the law.
Yeah.
No.
Never.
So Uh-Oh is a band currently playing. You guys are in other bands right now, but notably, Uh-Oh traveled to Cuba recently, which was why we wanted to bring you guys on the show and talk a little about it, because I don't know anybody that's been to Cuba. Like, can you tell us how that started and how you got involved with it?
Yeah,
Sure.
go for it.
Well, we toured. We decided that it would be a good idea to tour Western Canada last November, instead of going through all the boring states. Not that they're boring. There's just a lot of long drives between like Minot, North Dakota, Missoula, Montana, etc. So, and we had a friend in Winnipeg, and he's like, "You guys should come up to Canada and tour Western Canada." And so we did. A lot of our shows fell through, but we got a show in Edmonton, and we played a show. It was called the Club Baby Seal, and
Baby Seal Club.
Baby Seal Club, and
Classy joint.
and we
Great drinks.
we played with this band Hang Loose.
Icy.
And this dude, Drew McIntosh, God bless you. He was the drunkest man there.
The
And
drunkest man in Edmonton?
yes,
I don't even
the whole
believe that.
city. It's a huge drinking town too. But after the show, he just started screaming, "Party at Mark's house." Mark was in one of the bands that had just got back from Cuba called Hang Loose, and he's like, "Party at Mark's house, party at Mark's house." And then we go there, and we're hanging out, and I see him go up to the roommate who is sleeping at the time, and bang on the door. And I'm like, that's kind of rude. Like, we just threw an impromptu party at this dude's house, and he's sleeping. And he's like, whatever. He's just a victim of his own poor planning. And I was like, I need to meet this guy. I need to know who this fucking crazy dude is.
Swear jar.
Can't
Oh.
really swear.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Jason's
This-
already sworn like 3 times.
Crazy guy. Whatever. I was like, I need to meet this guy. So I went and I was like, what do you do? And he was like, super hammered, right hosed, right? And, and he's like, I take punk rock bands to Cuba. And I was like, I want to do that. And he's like, American bands tell me, or US bands tell me that all the time, but nobody's ever followed through with it. So I got his email, and he runs Solidarity Rock. He's the president of that organization.
SolidarityRock.com, I would imagine.
.org, I think.
.org.
.org, okay.
They're on the net.
They're on the net. Check them out.
Steve's on it.
That's the NGO, or like international organization that actually put everything together. And there's people in Cuba, namely William Garcia, who helped us get our cultural licenses.
And the AHS, the organization that he works for.
Yeah, the AHS, and they like set up the whole show, like the whole tour, essentially.
Interesting. So you like randomly get into cahoots with these Canadians that want to bring you to Cuba, and you're on board. I mean,
Right.
that's the first step, I would imagine, is like be on board to go to Cuba.
Yeah,
I think the first step was party at Mark's house.
yeah, that was the
And
first
then
step.
it
And
really
then talk to
blossomed
the
from
drunkest
there.
guy you see.
Find the drunkest guy in Canada, and you're on your way to Cuba. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much.
So tell
Sounds
us,
like a game of like a really bad game of Myst.
like Zelda, like you talk to one man, and you're on your way to Cuba.
A side quest, like a
Go
Final
and
Fantasy
bring your
15.
guitar. You will
The
need
only
it.
thing he says.
Or just like a journey, an acid trip that Jim Morrison went on.
So you get to Cuba, like you must have had to fly through Canada to Cuba, right?
Yep, out of Toronto.
Yeah. So it's a long flight to Cuba. You get there, and you're prepared to play your style of music, basement show, rock and roll for Cuban fans. What was that like?
It was pretty amazing. All the shows were actually how you commented on the energy of basement shows. There was a lot of energy there.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who would be out just to see a show, not necessarily, like
Old people,
yeah,
young kids.
Yep.
Just to see.
Just
Anything.
Like
Yeah,
like
just to
old
see
people,
what's
like
going
old
on.
people, like hey, rock.
Like the first show we played, I met this crazy old man who asked me to buy him a little 5-cent bag of purple pop, and he was like this like tiny old man, and he just kept hugging me the whole time after that. He wasn't even drunk, but he was very old.
Nice. He just seemed very drunk because he was very old.
Yeah.
Was there anything that surprised you about, I mean, there's obviously the impression of Cuba that we have. Was there anything that shocked you when you got there? How long were you there?
about 10 days, I think.
Yeah.
and we
Oh,
did-
my.
Played
yeah.
7 shows in 10 days.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah, was there anything that shocked you about the culture?
Plenty of things.
Like what's the most profound
I don't know
shock?
if there's one that's. Do you know, John?
I would say the
That's-
amount of personal freedom that they have.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
If you want to get right ripped or hosed, as the Canadians would say, in the park, in El
Anytime,
Parque,
anywhere, no questions
you can
asked.
drink in the park openly until whenever you want. You don't have to go home. They might close the beer store on you if you're buying too many beers, even though it says it's open 24 hours and everybody swears that it's never closed. They might close it, but you can go up on top of most buildings.
Have a beer in hand.
You
just
can
walk around with
bring
a beer.
a bottle of gin into the bar that you're going to and drink a $3 to $4 bottle of gin, or not gin, sorry, rum. Everybody drinks rum.
With gin in it.
Yeah.
Of course, they mix it with gin.
Gin rum. Gin rum.
Yeah, gin.
Gin rummy. Was there ever a time that you felt that your safety was in question, or did you feel safe the whole time? What was the situation like as somebody who was an American?
Did you
there?
try to start
For-
another revolution?
Just rock and roll revolution,
Yeah.
I guess. For the most part, we felt really comfortable and safe, and that was with. We had, a lot of people from Solidarity Rock were with us, and they were looking after us. They had our backs the whole time, so it was really comfortable, And we were in a.
So
big-
you were able to get hosed, is what you're saying?
Right. And there was a pretty big group of people. It was 4 bands in all. There was previous tenants from Vancouver, Arabio from Trinidad, and Sanctus Spiritus, and then a Dictox from Santa Clara. And then there was Fendu, who was our translator. There was Sam, who was another translator.
Sam
and
Witches.
Sam Witches. And
Sam Witches?
That's the nickname they gave him while we were there.
And then there was Dave Kerr from London.
Africa.
I guess oh yeah.
He's Scottish, but he grew up in Africa and Dubai. And
And he came along for the ride just to see how it's going, and it was
he was awesome.
Yeah.
He turned out to be an extra bonus.
everyone turned out to be, everyone was like
William's
your
wife
great
came
friend.
along for
Yeah.
most of the shows.
Yeah.
So, okay, now these you guys went on tour, you met these guys, that's how you got to Cuba. What about, do you have to be good at it? Because I mean, I could start a basement punk band with these two guys right here. I'd love to go to Cuba and play instruments.
All right. It takes a certain kind of mindset. It takes the kind of mindset that you're going to tour Western Canada and find the drunkest man at a party.
You can't just find him, he has to find you.
That's right.
Well, we
Pretty
found
much.
him.
Yeah.
You have to bang on his door.
But you have to trust him enough to wire him like $2,000 or more and expect to get on a plane and end up in Cuba. And I'm not saying, like, you could start a band and do it, but not to, like, shove my dick into the microphone or anything, but, like, but we've been doing this for a while. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know.
So it takes the gumption, it takes the skill to do it, and it takes being, somebody who's
100% awesome.
somebody who's embedded in the idea of being a rock star. You
Yeah,
know what I
not
mean?
a rock star, but
Being a rock and roller.
DIY. 100% being into,
The moment.
yeah, bringing music to whoever. Like, we lost a lot of money on the trip. Not
Right.
lost, but
Invested.
invested. But we didn't invest any money.
Blue, how's that?
Blew a lot of money on the trip.
We didn't spend any money.
But I mean, like,
Charity Rock spent the money.
as far as like a life experience goes, there's probably, you can't really put a price on the ability. I mean, there are Americans that want to go to
$2,000
Cuba.
apparently
Yeah.
is the price.
Yeah. But there are
a lot
Americans.
more than that. But
There's a lot of Americans probably want to go to Cuba who would never be able to do so.
Yeah.
And not only did you guys get to go, but you also got to play your music for new fans, which in any venue, I think comics and musicians alike would say playing in front of new people is the thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing.
And that was one of the greatest things because every show was amazing, and there wasn't any shows that were just duds, and no one was really around. Everyone and whoever was there was pretty genuinely into it, or at least interested and willing to give it a try. So that
and we also,
totally
like,
made it worth it.
among the people in the bands, like Jesse from previous Tenants, like, switched out and played bass and guitar, and Dave played guitar for Eddie Tux, and I taught a Cuban kid, Yo-Yo, how to play one of our songs so I could run around like a maniac and be an idiot.
Right on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And there's just like it was like the kind of bonding that would only happen over a few days stretch on a bus where nobody has to be the driver.
Yeah. I mean, and you get to not only that you're saying like bonding with the other bands that we're touring too.
Yeah.
I mean, like, what other chance would you get to meet a band from Trinidad and like get wasted drunk with them in Cuba? Like, that's pretty
Right.
That's the other
interesting.
thing too, is that a lot of people, like, apparently 20,000 Americans U.S. citizens go to Cuba a year, which seems like an awful lot.
Yeah, it does seem like a lot.
But I'm sure
But 20,000 out of the hundreds of millions that
and
live.
a lot of those are probably Cuban Americans.
Yeah.
But also their perception of what Cuba is going to be Havana and the resort beach towns,
Yeah.
and not like we saw like the middle of everything. So it was like an impossibly awesome experience.
Like, is it really agrarian there? Like, is it rural? I mean, are you talking about being outside of the city itself? I imagine you played some shows in the city, but did you play outside of the city?
I think what Jim's trying or kind of getting at is that we our first probably 4 or 5 days we were kind of stationed in Sanctus Spiritus, and I think we didn't play a show until the 3rd day. So we really
Must've
just
been
got
itching.
to, yeah. But I mean, it was pretty overwhelming getting in there and just seeing everything and experiencing, 'cause
Yeah.
I didn't really have a lot of preconceived notions, and I didn't really want to have any, and so everything that was going on was so mind-blowing, actually.
So what kind of role does music play in Cuba? I mean, people think of Cuban jazz, they think of, great Cuban artists in that realm, but, music obviously is a big part of Latin culture. How does Cuba fit into that?
Pretty big. I guess I'm more what we experienced was more the rock and roll and how people wanted it, and didn't necessarily it
Have an
wasn't
outlet.
it wasn't that even just listening to stuff.
Because what is their outlet for finding out about new rock acts? They do have the internet. Okay.
But it's really slow, so it's not like they can just bust out YouTube and check out a bunch of new bands,
Yeah.
It's really take.
So
what
when
they
you
can get.
you come over there to just blast their faces off, they're eternally grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they have music. They have rock music.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
how
It should be noted that rock music was actually illegal there for I think until like the mid '90s, and there's a huge scene in Havana that's backed by the state that they apparently, according to our Cuban friends, they only sing about things that don't matter, like metal and Satan. And then there's a DIY scene that's like spread out throughout the country, but like these kids are like poor, like they can't get drumsticks, they can't get guitar strings, they can't get anything, so all the state money goes into these huge metal acts that
Are people
are trying to be
dressing
rock
up
stars.
and wearing makeup
Yeah.
and looking ridiculous and kind of missing the whole, hey, go play guitar, it's fun.
Yeah.
I like like a corporate sponsored rock star.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
Nickelback exists everywhere.
So when then how does the press receive you, and like how does the government receive something where it is encouraging the people? I mean, I'm not saying that your music's necessarily going to be super political, but the idea of doing it yourself, playing in a band by yourself, and with the idea of promoting a message, whatever that message might be, like, I don't know, is that
That was our message.
But is that
Do it yourself.
Is that perceived as enriching for the people by the political establishment, by the press there? Like,
We actually had a lot of opportunities to talk to the press, and there's only one radio, right? There's one radio station, and we got interviewed by them. It's called Rebel Radio. I guess I haven't heard what happened with it and everything, but they interviewed the whole band, and they interviewed previous tenants, and we're just, what?
True.
Yep, and just like, what do you guys do? What is this? What's going on? And then I think Catherine got interviewed for TV,
on
so
television.
yeah.
well, they always pick the good-looking one. Huh?
Yeah, we decided for her.
Was she thrilled about that?
She was alright with it.
Catherine's how many members are in
There's
your
four
band?
of us. Catherine and Eric play. Catherine is in like Lefty Lucy
Yeah.
beforehand. Eric's been in a million
They're-
bands.
yeah, Eric's been in a million.
Holy Mackerel is his hardcore band.
We can say his band name if you
Holy
want.
shit.
Yeah.
And he was in Quest for Fire with me, and he was in the Catholic Boys and like I don't know, lots
Yeah.
of bands.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Catholic boys.
Yeah.
And my roommate Murray, who actually
yeah.
he had been to Cuba before, and he's actually he's a Spanish translator or interpreter for his job, and we invited him down to come with us.
Oh, right on. So it sounds like, with all of that going on, like with you guys going to Cuba and playing shows, do you feel like you made some connections with people down there that you'll continue to have? I mean, obviously with the bands that you met, it seems like you have a really good relationship.
For sure. I've already, I don't know, today I got an email from Yo-Yo. He says hi. He said some other stuff. He needs your email. But I talked to William.
Go ahead, guys. You need to have a conversation.
I talked to William today on Facebook. He was actually asking about this, or about the, like we told him we were going.
Yeah, I
on
got
there,
his.
said it was-
I got his music right here. I was gonna play. Should we play a quick little song
Sure.
by him?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Because I'm
play
gonna
it.
run out of battery.
Maybe not all of it, but you can do what you want.
Now, I apologize if there's any swears that are in Spanish, because I don't know what they are. Let me see if this works.
And this is Arabio, William Garcia's band.
Okay, I hope this works.
Right?
Can you hear it?
Yep, it's in.
So, explain what this is. Ah,
This was recorded.
yeah.
Yep, this was recorded in Trinidad. Jesse Gander, he was in previous Tenants, but he's also a recording engineer. So he took a computer and an interface down and some microphones, and he recorded Arabio and Edictox, and this is what came of it. And it's pretty awesome because there hasn't been, a record like this in Cuba has never existed, as far as I know. Or,
Well, let's
you know.
play a little bit and let the folks listen. I'll turn our mics down.
Hoy seguimos esperando lo mismo que años atrás. Libertad para si hay pan. Y aún recuerdo allí sentado en el parque central con algunos de mis amigos que hoy ya no están. Se han marchado a otros lados, se cansaron de esperar lo que tanto añoramos, justicia y paz. Y aquí seguimos soñando día a día.
So that, for anybody who has never heard Trinidadian garage metal, that is the first time you've probably ever heard that. So give it up to the Killer Radio Show and for bringing the first Trinidadian garage punk to the River West airwaves. I think that's pretty awesome. It was a first. They're very
Like tomorrow, I'll be like, whoa.
they're very like I almost want to say like Eastern Bloc European metal, you know, like
Yeah.
like that kind of like fist raised like kind of punk, which is hey, whatever gets you by.
Totally. They did a cover of Pink Floyd's Another Brick in the Wall, and it was a really punk cover. And the first night I remember hearing it and being like, wait, I know this song. What is this song? And then like they did a breakdown. I was like, whoa, this is awesome. And I don't really like Pink Floyd that much, so
I never gave a rat's something about that song before.
Oh my God! Thank you so much. I almost
hated that song.
got hung up and lynched because I made the mistake of saying I don't like Pink Floyd around a bunch
It
of.
sucks. My dad likes Pink Floyd.
Well, that's no reason to hate a band.
Oh yeah, it is.
Do you hate your dad?
We get along.
You have your moments. All right.
Your dad, he's a pretty nice guy.
I don't.
cool.
I
He's
just
cool.
don't care about Pink Floyd, and I'm so thankful to know that somebody else doesn't either.
I
Never mind.
like, I like Pink Floyd.
Now, if you like the Beatles, you don't like the Beatles. There's a problem. There's a problem with the Beatles.
So what's next for I mean, this is a very like seminal moment, obviously, in your lives, in the band's life, and you know you're gonna be in other bands throughout your careers here. Like, what's next? I guess what's next for and what's next for you guys?
The moon.
The moon. Do you feel like
Where else do we go?
Do you feel
North
like you
Korea?
can do anything now? Like
North Korea, I guess.
Serbia.
yeah,
Serbia.
Montenegro. Yeah.
we should probably have band practice. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
we
haven't practiced since we've been home.
Yeah. I'm sure you were exhausted.
When'd you get back? Nope.
The 10th of August?
yeah, that
no,
sounds
the
about right.
9th of August?
Something like that.
You probably found time to play baseball though.
I did yesterday. I hit 2 dingers over everybody's head.
Do they play a lot of baseball in Cuba?
They do, but we were there in the warm season, so we saw some kids playing baseball under a sign that said Patria o Muerte, which means the homeland or death. That was pretty cool. Also, they play in the streets. They play a ball with a.
Not a lot of gray area in there. Over there.
Yeah,
You know, it's just a thing.
Think about that.
That was like the weirdest thing. I was expecting tanks and AKs, but there was none of that at
No.
all. Everybody
Yeah.
was super friendly.
It wasn't really militarized?
No, not at
I
all.
would think it would have been.
They've been loosening up since Fidel kind of let his brother take over, haven't they? Like they've restricted.
Yep, you can have DVD players now.
Ooh.
They've loosened restrictions on journalists a little bit, haven't they?
Yep.
Yeah. Get a little bit more open.
So did you smoke a cigar? You didn't smoke a Cuban cigar?
I smoked one Cuban cigar and I decided if this is the best in the world, I don't want any more ever again.
Cigars are pretty terrible. I don't.
Cigars are disgusting.
I know a lot of people who are just obsessed with cigars, like the way they are with wine. Like, no, you just admit that it tastes like garbage and you're bored.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I did smoke Popular cigarettes, which were essentially the sweepings of the cigar
Oh, you smoked a
factory.
Liggett cigar.
And
How are
they were 60 cents a pack is how they were.
A pack.
You chase it down with a rum.
Oh, yeah.
Gin
Chase
rum.
everything with rum. I drink so much rum.
Straight.
How was the beer?
The
Sugary.
beer was decent. It was like a Hams.
Eric, could you
Ham
stand
time.
right in front of that fan?
It was good.
Every beer costs $1.
Every beer was $1, which when you're getting like $3 to $5 bottles of rum, it doesn't really make sense.
Sometimes you just want some beer.
No, it makes
Yeah,
it
sometimes you
makes
just
perfect
want some
sense.
beer, Logan.
We shotgunned. This was the night that they closed El Rapido. We shotgunned. Me and Eric went and bought 20 beers from El Rapido, and then we shotgunned beers with all the Cuban kids. And then the police closed El Rapido, or somebody did.
I guess you guys brought River West to Cuba then.
Yeah.
Officially, you brought River West to Cuba that night. Do you think that your sensibilities as a band are shaped by River West? I mean, you've been a resident here for a while. Like, do you feel like this community was something that's been imparted on your sound, or do you think that maybe you guys have been chasing something a little bit bigger?
It's hard saying Uh-Oh has any sensibilities. I don't really know.
I don't know. I mean, it's been shaped by our group of friends. Like, we have a tight-knit group of friends that, it's a similar sound to, I don't know, things our friends are doing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
I don't know what else I would compare it to. There's not like...
There's only one Uh-Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Right on. So around here, let's talk a little bit about Milwaukee and like what you guys are doing in Milwaukee. Are you playing any shows coming up?
Yeah, I don't know if Uh-Oh is...
You can talk about it.
Is we? I don't know. I have a bunch of shows, but I kind of don't... Hey, it's scary. I have a bunch of shows, but he's not wearing any shoes.
Sport
Gary's drunk.
Yeah, what's it like being Gary's brother? Tell me that.
It's nice having somebody that's drunker and stupider than you are. Because most places I go, I'm that guy. I love Gary to death, though.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
So your other bands have things coming up. Like, what's the next thing you're excited for? I know Jim's probably feverishly checking his phone to figure out what the hell he's doing. Also, what were you doing at Altera on Monday? We saw you.
I was there with my supervisor for the U.S. Census. I'm a federal government employee.
You looked very serious, and I was like, I don't know. If
Wait.
I didn't even.
You're a federal government employee and you're in a punk band? Hack the planet.
Wow.
So your government job pays for the instruments that you
Took to Cuba?
took to Cuba.
Would you say that's accurate?
Say that, but
Yes.
but I didn't spend any money there.
All right then. He's on the record as saying that. So.
I got fucking right ribbed, hosed. There's another quarter. Yeah.
So, do you think you'll go back to Canada to play? It seems like
Oh, yeah.
you forged some good relationships up there. What's the scene like up in Canada?
It's kind
hard
of
to
different
say.
in every city, I think, as far as I can tell.
Did you guys go to that giant mall that's in Edmonton?
Oh, no, but they talked about it.
I got stuck there. I went on a trip to Edmonton when I was younger on like a family trip, and we were looking for a hotel, and we found a hotel, and it happened to be attached to this thing.
Yeah,
This
apparently
monstrous
it's
entity.
The Mall
huge,
of Canada.
everything.
Yeah, it's nuts. There's like a submarine ride. There's a water park.
It
There's
would also be the Mall of America, technically.
Well, no, the Mall of America is terrible compared to this.
Okay.
This is like monstrous. And my favorite part was I got lost, and they gave you ice cream if you got lost as a kid, and then so I purposely got lost like 3 more times.
It sounds like you got picked up by the wrong people. They're offering ice cream.
No, it was security guards. They were nice.
Okay.
Unless it was a bunch of like somebody really pervy really rented out that space at the mall. But you walked in there, it looked like a laser tag arena, and they gave me ice cream.
sounds like-
and I hated my parents,
That
so it was
sounds
good.
like,
Like a good time.
that sounds like how they get you. Did you play laser tag?
You can't see the motion he was making. It was sexual in nature. And no, I didn't play laser tag. I played paintball.
In Edmonton, no less.
Painted your balls.
That's interesting.
That was what I was trying to get at.
Cool.
I was trying to come up with a more...
So, thank you.
hate you.
Go ahead, Jim.
Actually, Arabio is that band from Trinidad that you guys heard just a minute ago. They're going to be flown up to Canada as the first DIY punk band to play outside of Cuba, and their record is going to be pressed. I think the
Wow.
CDs will be ready by that tour. They're going to play in like most of October, like the beginning
In Canada.
in Canada, October 2nd to October 16th or something like that.
So they're stationed in Cuba. Like
Yeah.
that's their home base.
yeah.
That must be incredibly difficult. Like as a punk band.
Like I said, they can't even get guitar strings, and I mean, Solidarity Rock has done a lot to help out with that.
Yeah.
Like sticks, like the drummer of Eddie Talks, like learned how to play drums without cymbals. He was just like would motion like.
Or
where
he
a
just
cymbal
played on
should
the
be.
toms the whole time, I
Yeah.
think.
Wow.
And like I mean, they go without so much that you don't even think about, or.
I mean, if you think about it too, like a garage punk band is gonna break more strings. They're gonna break more drum heads. They're gonna break more drumsticks than like your average, you know, jazz fusion band.
I broke a bass drum head, and that was awful. I felt so bad. It's like-
Down there, you broke
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and it's like
That's just how you play it.
I'd buy one, but there's nowhere to buy them. So
Did you bring extra ones or what?
No, I mean, because we were using all their, all the drums that were already there, kind of thing.
How do you break a bass drum head? You just kick it extra hard.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's
wear out
it
over
was
time.
it was rubbing part of the pedal, not even the part that hits it, was rubbing against the skin, and it just broke from there.
But you could still play though.
Story of my life.
No, it just kept going and breaking. It was that was it for it. So hopefully when they come up to Canada, I'll have one ready for them. But till then, I
So they like basically they are stuck with the things that they have.
yeah.
Why are they unable to like? Is it purely a money thing?
People make something around $25 to $35 a month.
Okay.
So a bass drum head costs what, $60?
Right.
$30.
Can't afford that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think just as much as it is them not being able to afford it, is that the resources aren't there.
Yeah, like to get it there.
Yeah,
like to
yeah.
even buy a bass drum head, you'd have to have it mailed in.
the cheapest place to import would be the U.S. obviously, and that can't happen. So
Yeah.
under the current situation.
So how do they have guitars even? Like that seems like the most expensive thing in the world.
I know this. William went to St. Martin's Island, which is like really close. It's like 90 miles away, maybe. It's just to the east.
But he had to
And
swim there.
He did not swim there.
Okay.
He probably took a boat or a plane.
Yep.
Maybe a helicopter.
Skis.
Or
Maybe skis.
Maybe skis or an air balloon.
Oh,
A
okay.
Zeppelin.
A
Some
Zeppelin.
kind of dirigible.
Transportation.
Okay. Yeah.
Device.
But he bought a guitar amp there, and when Solidarity Rock first was going there, that was the guitar amp that everybody used.
Like everybody.
Everybody.
Wow. That must have been a lot of pressure too, being like, I want to rock really hard, but if this thing blows out, that's the entire island that's gonna be pissed at me.
Well, not the whole island. I mean, it was like the DIY.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
To us, the whole island, because F that satanic metal scene in Havana.
Yeah, we can come out against that.
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
come out. That's really interesting to me that there's this like faux government metal scene that's like funded and
I guess recently, like in the last 6 months, Spin Magazine or I don't know, Rolling Stone or something did an article about like rock and roll in Cuba, and that's like what they reported on, and it was like
was that scene.
Yeah, and it was like, wow, you just took the easiest researchable thing, like you did one search.
They
and
probably didn't
found,
leave
like-
Havana.
Yeah,
Right.
so they didn't. Yeah.
Well, that's why the Killer Radio is doing our job to say our
Right.
piece about the DIY scene in Cuba. We're doing our bit. I want to thank you guys for coming in here. I want to play a little bit of your music as we take to the night.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not at all.
Thank you guys for having us. Obviously, Solidarity Rock is Solidarity Rock is a great organization, and donate if you can. Like even, a
Where can we
symbol. If like people in the U.S., we have stuff just sitting in our basements that would be very valuable to people in Cuba, and also.
Hookers would not be valuable to people in Cuba.
You just have
A lot of hookers in your
dead.
basement.
Are they dead?
No.
Can you
no.
send them in a
They
suitcase?
smell bad when they're dead.
Can you hit them like a cymbal?
That's the thing. Use your
Bass drum.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. That pregnant belly will.
So people can
Ah,
go
terrible.
find that on
Anyways.
Solidarity Rock.
Yeah. Just search Solidarity Rock online, and also, like you're talking about hookers, like the Cuban, like lifestyle is a beautiful and endangered way of life. These people are like, there's so much love and friendliness pouring out of this island, and it's a paradise. And Americans, when they get a chance, will rapidly go and destroy everything there. So don't go there.
I'm sorry. You're offending me, sir. We're spreading democracy. We're spreading democracy and freedom.
They have.
That's what we're doing.
Well, whatever. They have more personal freedom than we do.
Yeah.
If you want to go get hosed in the park, that's great. If you want to go there and fuck 12-year-olds, don't do it because that's stupid and you're dumb. And you should probably just jump off the planet if you can.
I'm hoping that not a lot of our listeners fall into that category.
Well, tell your douchebag friends.
14-year-old.
Your sentiment is not, it doesn't go without saying, because I think that you guys experienced something really amazing. And for us to sort of just look at Cuba the way that it was looked at, you know, prior to the time that it was cut off as a gambling oasis and somewhere to buy cheap cigars is not really what it's all about. And you guys really got to experience what it is about. So I think that's really powerful. I want to thank you guys for coming and sharing that with us. I think that's amazing, and it's a story that not very many people can tell. So keep telling your story and keep playing your music so that everybody can enjoy what you guys enjoyed as well. So thank you.
Yeah, I second that. It's funny when people think about poverty, they don't really think about musical instruments or the arts at all. They don't think how it affects artists. So yeah, again, thank you, and all the things he said times 2. So
All right, let's play a little bit of Uh-Oh.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
What song do you want to hear? The song's called Die Alone.
We're closing with Die Alone.
Wasting your time yourself. There's
All right, welcome back to the Killer Radio Show. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm Ryan Mason with the cast of Killers. We were just joined by one of 3 bands to ever play in Cuba from the United States since when? Since like forever. The other 2 were Audioslave and Kool and the Gang, so you're in good company. So that's good. We're joined right now by George and Kyle.
It's Kyle Seddon.
Kyle Seddon and George, you can talk right into that microphone.
Hello?
George Whittles?
Whittle.
Whittle.
You brought it down.
I thought it was Whittles. I don't know. Maybe giving
Emma
him.
Thompson is a really big fan of Kyle's.
Oh, okay. If you have some tweets for these fellas, you can send them to @CastOfKillers, #KillerRadio. Cast of Killers with an E, of course, Cast of Killers, because the people who invented it, including Jason, didn't think about how difficult that would be to tweet.
Our apologies.
So George and Kyle are British. Go ahead and talk. Give people evidence of that.
Hello.
We're from Manchester.
So that.
Ish.
Yeah, they're British. And George is here trying to do comedy, doing comedy in the United States
Yeah.
for the first time, or have you
I
done?
did it last year.
You did it last year?
I saw you.
Yeah, he was at Carte Blanche last year.
Oh, I don't care. And so, but you did comedy in the UK?
I haven't done it in a year.
Yeah.
Just not. So
So,
that's the end of that.
so you guys are
Why are you
19.
back? What brought you back?
Yeah, what brought you back?
Love of American stand-up, obviously.
Yeah, I guess so. American stand-up. Who's your
You
favorite?
Just show up and just invade us, right? Like,
I can invade
well,
the cast of Killers.
Yeah.
What
That's
is?
cast. It's cast with an E because Mario's black and the rest of you 2 are white, like half cast. Is that why?
That is why, actually. Yeah.
And that's British humor.
There you go, folks. Look out, British comics. I almost thought of one. What's the one guy? Robert Pattinson. I don't know.
You can just back out of any.
Ricky Gervais? Is he popular? You're 19,
yeah.
sir. It's
He's
like,
popular.
Huge, isn't it?
but your guys are like, what are you guys? Who's your favorite stand-up comic over there?
Louis. Oh, in England.
Louis R's, okay?
He's Mexican.
Yeah, he is
Can't
Mexican.
claim him.
Well, certainly you can't. You guys just got your first Taco Bell, you said. So Louis C.K. is ours then.
Right. In England, I don't like anyone in England.
Nobody.
That's why he came over here.
That's why you came here. Yeah, I guess so.
What's your opinion of Russell Brand?
I like Russell Brand. Now he's more. He plays huge stadiums now, which isn't as good. But he used to play.
Is he like your Dane Cook?
He's got a bit more credibility than Dane Cook.
Or is he like your Daniel Tosh, maybe?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, he's like Daniel Tosh. You don't know who Daniel Tosh is?
I don't know any of these people.
Kyle, are you just like kind of like, do you go through life just kind of like things happen to you?
Just sit back and watch the world go by.
Yeah.
I have no idea how these blue pants ended.
Yeah, I mean, it's like most of your life just like, oh, I guess I'm wearing a swimsuit at 8:30 at night.
Whatever anyone tells me to do.
Yeah, that's
He's
kind of.
like, he's like a video game, whereas if you're not playing him, he doesn't exist.
That's true. Yeah, that's what his girlfriend says. Yeah, your girlfriend tweeted in. You must be very proud. She must be very proud of you.
Did she just happen to you?
Right?
You're wearing a Beatles shirt.
Yes.
Like you're
Do you know
Brit.
who
You
the
can't
Beatles are?
wear a Beatles shirt if you're British. That's like wearing.
Who are the Beatles?
Some guys, aren't they?
Ah!
I think one of them lived next door to George for a while.
Yeah.
One guy was in the what was that Caveman movie, right? Nobody remembers that one movie. That one movie
Robert
that
got shot.
Ringo was in a Caveman movie. You guys don't remember this?
No.
Whatever. It's before your time.
Encino
Ringo
Man?
does.
No, it's a movie. I think it was called Caveman. I don't know.
Ringo does,
Steve, look that up. Look at Ringo Starr's IMDb page.
Yeah.
So, George, you guys are 19, right? So
Yes.
you're fresh into the world. Like,
Yeah.
when do you turn 20?
December. 16th.
Oh, ooh,
January.
big deal.
Yeah.
Big
No
deal.
longer a teenager.
I guess so. I guess you're gonna have to start dressing like a grown-up. Is that why you got a haircut?
I still have a couple years left, yeah.
I guess so. Yeah.
No, you're gonna wake up one day and look at yourself in the mirror with those blue pants and go, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah. I wore these blue pants all my time in America.
No,
the
no,
most
no, no,
comfortable
no.
I've ever worn.
No.
You're-
Those are the most.
What have you only owned one pair of pants?
When we found out that
Have you
yesterday,
tried sweatpants?
No.
Go ahead, George.
when we found out yesterday we were going to be on here, he spent all day in swimming shorts like I have. But then when we were getting ready to come, he thought best put on the blue pants.
Nah,
I
yeah.
gotta look
make
good for
sure,
the radio.
yeah.
I had a
It's a
shower
blue
and put new
pants
clothes
kinda
on. What's
evening.
wrong with that?
You what?
What's wrong with changing clothes after a shower?
Bright blue. Idiot.
I don't know. Well, I guess they're jeans. Are they blue jeans? We should say it for the listener. It's a very visual conversation that we're having. But Kyle is wearing I would say royal blue pants. Would you say, George?
Yeah.
Royal blue. You're
Like,
agree.
like a pen. That's what I
Yeah,
like.
like some kind of Costa Rican flag blue pant.
Well, these are from the women's section. As well.
Goes without saying. Goes without saying.
Are you proud of that?
Yeah, I can fit into women's pants. That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's about the only women's pants you're ever gonna get in.
So can Rosie O'Donnell, but
Who's the first guy that thought that? Like, the quickest way into a woman's pants is just wearing them.
To buy women's pants, yeah. It's probably Kyle. So you guys are big wrestling fans,
Yeah.
am I right?
Yeah.
CM Punk, the WWE.
Yeah.
What is it about wrestling that intrigues teenagers? What's the deal with this?
I think I've got an idea where you're going, and that's in trunks.
You guys are gay, right?
I don't know. It's good.
It's fun.
It's fun. It's just good fun.
People just get beat up. It's brilliant.
Yeah, well, I mean, they do and they don't, but that's part of the mystique of it, too. It's just, like, I mean, it's acrobatic, it's something, but, like, it is oiled up tan dudes, like, right? I mean, there's no getting around that.
No.
Yeah, but you
Always.
could say that you could get a film and say, oh, Die Hard's just about a guy pretending to have a gun that's not real, climbing in a set.
Yeah, but that's, well, I won't, well, you don't get to come in here and talk about Die Hard. That was, like, before your time, even. You don't even get to... Jason, please talk to me.
I'm sorry. Are you drawing a correlation between? I kind of zoned out for a second between pro wrestling and Bruce Willis's incredible performance as John McClane.
It's the exact same.
It's not exactly the same thing at all. It's like watching a soap opera,
Yeah,
but
it's
gayer.
But with
Yeah,
more
but
action.
what's the difference between Die Hard and, I don't know, Days of Our Lives?
Acting and talent.
Whoa, don't go after those Days of Our Lives.
Stop blowing up.
Did you see how he tried to feign like he didn't know Days of Our Lives?
Yeah.
He was like, "What's the difference between Die Hard and I don't know, Days of Our Lives?"
Well, we
Is
don't
that
have
even
that.
the title?
We don't
We
have
have
any
a
American.
combination.
Okay, well let's get to the root of it. Why do you like it so much? What about wrestling appeals to you as a naive 19-year-old?
You can get behind the underdog and then everyone ends up happy when
Yeah.
you win.
Sure.
I could just watch the Die Hard.
Forgiveness.
Yeah, but this is more fun.
Wait, Jason, are they not allowed to like wrestling for some reason? You're like really upset.
No, this is just fun. This is just a fun thing. I used to love wrestling, and then I realized that Santa Claus wasn't real, and I moved on.
No, that's the classic. It's not real, but everyone who likes wrestling knows that it's not real.
Okay, I don't like American wrestling. I like Japanese wrestling.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Because there's more acrobatics to it, because there's more talking, a bunch of dumb lugs talking in American wrestling
Yeah.
than there is in Japanese wrestling, which is more based on talent, skill, and
So
I would rather watch people do well at a sport than watch them talk and try to justify why they're acting like idiots.
But then you
Unless
have,
it's an actual sport, which you won't watch, right?
I'll watch an actual sport that's not baseball.
but you can't then use the argument that it's gay.
Yeah.
If you like it when it's more gay.
It's
than
fine if it is.
I was just fucking with you.
It's fine if it's
We
gay.
should say that. Can we just say like it's fine if it is gay?
If
Like,
it's-
there's no problem with that.
Oh, and if you are gay, it's perfect. But
Oh yeah, totally.
No,
love 'em.
How did this turn into us justifying defending ourselves?
It's more like, like Jerry Springer than Days of Our Lives, right?
yeah,
That's more.
I would agree.
Who's
with
your
that.
favorite wrestler?
The Miz.
The Miz?
The Miz.
The Miz. What's that about? I've been out of the scene for so long.
Yeah.
So the Miz was originally
Tyler
on.
Perry?
He was on Real World. He was a Real World character who did this like fake persona during the Real World, the show on MTV, of the Miz, which was this like crazy, very intense.
It was The Rock.
It was a cliche of
He was
the Rock.
doing The
Yeah.
Rock, basically, yeah.
And then after the Real World, he tried out and became an actual wrestler.
Yeah.
But his character and his persona is very over the top. Like it's almost like it's like Ric Flair. Like Ric Flair would be my one of my top.
Really? Have you seen him now?
It's a bit
I
old.
saw Jim Duggan was my guy.
Yeah.
I got grounded because of that guy.
Whoa, what happened there?
My sister had just been born, and I used to watch wrestling in the basement.
You hit her with a 2x4.
No, yeah. I wish it was that dramatic.
Suplexed your baby.
Yeah. And then he came on and he did the ho
Yeah.
thing, and I would walk around my basement yelling that, and I would wake her up, and I got grounded, and that was it. Not as funny.
Cool
as,
story, bro.
Yeah.
So you guys are 19,
Yep.
living it up in the United States, the old U.S. of A.
Yeah.
Yes, yet?
But in
No.
England, you're what is life like for a teenager? What's the difference that you've seen? Like,
Well,
being-
we're actually
Yeah.
really famous in England.
Yeah,
is that true?
You can't walk down the
I
street.
guess they'll
without-
take anybody. Are famous people not good looking over there? I don't know. I've seen Twilight, so
I haven't.
no.
I have.
You have. Well, you have a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So I do.
You do. You have a
She doesn't
girlfriend.
watch rubbish films about.
Oh, okay.
Vampires
She's
now.
very
Well, that's
cultured.
not really about vampires.
No, what's she into? What's your girlfriend into then?
She-
You brought it up.
Every year whenever a new X-Men comes out, we have to
She's
go
just
watch
into
that.
drinking beer and having sex with me. Like that would be my answer as a 19-year-old.
Okay.
So what was your favorite X? How long have you guys been together?
I've actually not. We went to watch one. and
Never had sex.
We went to watch an X-Men film and the projector broke halfway through, so we got free tickets to Bridesmaids and we watched that instead.
Okay, far out.
And what did you think of that?
Cool
I thought it was
story.
hilarious.
Yeah. Pretty good movie, Bretson.
It is. It's really funny.
Never seen it.
Never seen
Shot
it?
some of
Check
that
it
right
out.
here, and then confusingly combined it with Chicago.
They do. They go over the lake front,
Yeah.
don't they? Yeah, I
And
remember.
she
that.
lives in an apartment building down on KK. But then they do overhead shots of Chicago for some reason.
I guess. I
The
know.
magic of cinema, isn't it?
Yeah, right. The magic.
What do you guys think of
Happy
film
ending.
as a medium, like in general?
I enjoy films.
I don't.
That's what I think.
You should watch.
Go on, Kyle.
Go see.
What else do you want me to expand on? I enjoy films.
Just any films?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pornographic film.
Anything, like just any film.
Anything at all?
As long as
But
it's on
that's
a
me
screen.
I don't know what.
Is he always like this?
Yeah, all the time. But I don't know if I'm breaking a rule of your radio thing or him and his girlfriend, but apparently he told me this a few days ago that he watches porn films with his girlfriend, and then they end up just laughing.
His pawn film.
Porn films?
Hardcore porn.
Yeah, you can watch porn films with a girl. That's fun.
I
Pawn
don't.
stars.
You don't?
I don't.
Wait till you're a little bit older.
I love
It's a fun
pawn
game
film.
for you.
What are you watching alone?
Yeah. But you guys, well, do they make porn in England? I don't know. Let's not talk
You
about
watch,
that.
you watch the American stuff.
I guess so. What
Do
do
they have a porn industry in England?
I guess,
Probably.
yeah.
you guess
Is it a little
so? You
dirtier?
guess.
I don't know.
I've never looked into it.
I watch the American stuff. I'm not trying to shy away from that,
I
but
mean, they must have internet then.
You watch the American stuff. What is it about American women that just gets you so jazzed up, George?
they're all fat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
We're doing it for England.
We're eating all your food, man.
That's
That's what's up.
You can get. Can I just point something out? 'Cause
No, please do.
We went to McDonald's. In England, in McDonald's, you can get a cheeseburger, which is on the pound saver, which is the dollar menu, and a double cheeseburger, which is a bit more. Here, you've got the double cheeseburger and the McDouble, and the only difference is 29 cents and one slice of cheese.
Uh-huh.
What's the
But you
deal?
can get a Big Mac, basically just get a plain double cheeseburger with Big Mac sauce on it, and you basically hack the system
That's
for a
what I
buck.
do. You just ask for no lettuce and then take the thing out. I've done that at home.
Oh yeah, I love messing with those things. Like, I'm not gonna get into other ones.
Alright.
Yeah.
No, please.
No.
Go ahead.
But yeah, but what is the deal with the McDouble?
Well, they charge you another $1. They have this thing called the Daily Double. They charge you another $1 for to add a tomato.
Oh my god.
Yeah, a tomato to give you the impression that what you're eating isn't garbage.
Did you know that in Wisconsin they have a deal sometimes where you get your first cheeseburger for regular price, but the second one you get for the price of the temperature outside? They do a deal like that.
This country.
So when it's like -5, they just give you a nickel and a cheeseburger. It's awesome.
What's wrong with this country?
It's amazing.
Wrong
Worse than that was we went to Denny's and you could
Oh,
make,
yeah, that is
make
worse.
your own milkshake.
Crossover into
What kind of milkshake did you get, Kyle?
Well, no, we didn't get one because they're expensive. But you can put bacon in.
Wait, I'm sorry. What at Denny's is expensive?
Well, for a milkshake,
I guess so. How much are your milkshakes generally running
I
you?
don't drink
They
it.
don't have milk. in
about a
England.
pound.
About $1? $1?
Well, it's worth a bit more than the dollar. I think.
George, don't lecture me on the international currency exchange.
Ours is a lot stronger than the dollar.
Is it right now still?
Yeah, it still is now.
Yeah, but like, who wants to be there? That'd be my retort to that. Like, yeah, maybe our dollar's not as strong, but we also don't have to live in England. You know?
No, because the street that we're looking out on is just picturesque.
Beautiful. Oh, like Manchester is full of beauty.
A woman, a beautiful dog.
Yeah, what do you want from us? That
We sat outside there.
Gary's right there.
We sat outside and we saw some of the weirdest stuff I've ever seen. And
It's
then on
River
the way-
West.
There's lightning now, and on the way here there was a thunderstorm warning.
Yeah, generally they follow each other, you know, other way
yeah.
around.
Science.
God.
So,
And he knows what he's doing.
There's-
what is Manchester like? Can you tell us a little bit about Manchester?
It's like a small version of an American city.
Yeah.
No, I need somebody more interesting to answer that question. No, it's a small version of an American city, you said?
Pretty much.
Aren't all cities like a small version of American city?
Well, not Havana. We learned a lot about it.
What's Havana? Oh, Cuba.
Cuba, yes.
There's a lot of drugs there.
That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
No, it's all.
There's no more drugs there than
there.
there's no more drugs there than there is in
Drugs
England.
everywhere, actually.
Yeah.
If you look hard enough.
I can't believe a 19-year-old wouldn't know about drugs.
I'm not a big fan.
Not a big fan? Good for you. What about steroids, though? You know, you're a big wrestling fan.
Oh, good one. 1980s joke there.
Yeah. What? You don't think they do steroids anymore?
Chris Benoit, and then everyone's off steroids.
You know what? Chris Benoit gets a bad rap just because he killed his whole family. Okay. Yeah. Like, let's just say he was the
someone
best
say
wrestler
he
ever.
killed his family with his finishing move.
Yeah.
No, he did not.
What was?
Well, no, I think the whole thing could be considered a finishing move, not the finishing move. Like,
Did you just laughed at your own joke there?
sure did.
Good for
I'm really
you.
proud of
You
myself.
just made a joke about Chris Benoit.
Gary wants to know, he was asking you guys about Sealand. Do you know anything about Sealand?
No. Okay.
Thanks, Gary.
Great question.
Gary with the terrible.
Check out Gary's radio show anytime now. What are you doing, Gary?
Distracting our guests.
Just distracting our guests so nobody talks. That's great for
Anyway,
radio.
it's a small island with a population of 27 people.
I forgot you loved Sealand.
It used to be a World War II fort off their island, and it became its own thing. That's all I'm asking.
Thank you, Gary.
Thank you, Gary Wiki.
Gary's like, thought I'd interrupt your show to show Kyle a Wikipedia page.
When it's
Don't interrupt my
obvious that
show
Kyle doesn't give a rat's butt about
unless you want to make fun of his pants. Go ahead. We got some tweets, Eric.
Yeah, if I can read a couple of tweets here.
Yeah.
It's
No, take your time, please.
Debbie Lynn Mason tweets in, our talk tonight fits right into the keynote speaker of the Democratic National Convention.
Who would that be?
So
What do you
must be
mean? Oh
talking about-
God! What do you
must be
know
talking
about
about-
American politics?
They must be talking about wrestling, I think.
boring.
That's what they're.
What's the most boring
talking
part?
about
What do you,
wrestling.
as an objective observer from another country, tell us what is your perception of American politics?
Who cares?
Does it really matter?
Who cares?
Come on.
I mean, does it? What did Obama change really? He had Will.i.am wrote a song for him when he was getting elected. Where's Will.i.am now? What's he doing now?
Will.i.am? Oh, probably making more terrible music
Exactly.
somewhere, learning how to
So
sing.
what? I mean, Bush and Obama. What's that different really?
Wow.
Okay.
Okay, there's one major difference.
Well, Obama's black if that's what you're getting at. But
That wasn't what I was getting at.
Other than that,
How
what
dare
really-
you?
what
How
really
dare you?
changed?
First of all, I don't even see color. So like, I don't even.
I only see.
David Cameron's a black guy, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of David Cameron?
Don't care.
Don't
I
care.
don't care about English politics.
Do you vote?
No.
Can you vote?
I was
We can vote.
before I came. Just before I came, some guy knocked on my door and said, "Are you on the electoral whatever?" And I said no, so he signed me up for it.
Did he now?
Yeah.
And you're
Well,
gonna-
I'm never gonna vote.
Did you vote for Kate Middleton?
I don't.
Williams.
All right.
Mrs.
I don't care about it.
Don't care. What do you care about wrestling?
Wrestling. That's it.
But you don't care about politics.
Because when I came here last year,
Oh, to be 19.
when I came here last year, it was during the royal wedding, and every
Sure.
time someone said, "Oh, where are you from?" and I'd say England, they'd start asking me about the royal wedding.
Yeah. How did you guys enjoy the Diamond Jubilee? Was that good?
It was irritating how patriotic everybody was.
What's wrong with being patriotic? We'll put a boot in your ass.
Nobody cares about the Queen.
Nobody cares
Until
about
it
her.
was time to party.
Yeah, but she's like friends with James Bond, and like they jump out of airplanes, and then she invented the Olympics. Like, there's all
Pardon?
Did you not see the opening ceremony?
I didn't watch any of it.
You didn't watch
You guys know nothing about British culture, or maybe I know nothing about British culture.
Weren't they in London? You didn't watch
But what do you guys do that's British, even?
Nothing.
Like
Everything we do is American imports. We eat McDonald's, watch American wrestling, and that's about it.
How are you not 1,000 pounds? Like all the people who do that over here live in Kentucky and like have no teeth, do meth, and like kill each other.
And that's, I don't know. I hear that all the time. I don't know what it is. Is it like Formula One?
No, it's like off-road, isn't it?
No, somewhere in between those two.
You got it wrong, you idiot.
It's closer to Formula One, but it's like stock cars.
Nothing but left turns.
Yeah.
Wide wheels, you know what I mean? Open road, turning
Like
left.
the film Cars.
It's like the film Cars,
Yeah,
yes.
they, yeah, they
real
talk.
people.
They talk.
Yes. That's weird. Do they have to spell it different in England? Because the name of the movie is Cars. What tweets we got, Eric? We've got a few minutes left here.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
That's my radio voice. We got a few minutes left here.
Gerb,
Morning draft
Gary Z
time.
tweeted in, asked the guests about Sealand. And we got one from Greg Bach.
Ooh, Greg Bach, friend of the show.
He says, "Oh no, what will the president do? He's gonna lose the pink hair robo freaky girl vote."
Is he talking about your girlfriend, Kyle?
Yeah.
She's not pink hair.
Would she though? Would she ever consider it?
You don't know. You haven't seen her, right? Maybe she has pink hair
That's
now.
how today.
He speaks to her every day on Skype.
Is that true?
She's not interesting. I don't care if she's listening. She's not interesting.
Not interesting enough to be.
No way.
You know, I speak.
Because Kyle is just riveting.
She's like, I can't believe he's hanging out with Kyle again. Kyle is such a load of balls.
I can't believe you let him say that about me. What? Why did you let him say that about me? And I go, oh, sorry, Emma.
Hey, if it makes you feel better, Kyle's girlfriend, George has like spilkus on his shirt. He looks like he spit up on himself.
I think it might be me.
And he's wearing a swimsuit, so it's a whole thing.
So, Kyle, how did you meet Emma?
Oh, jeez.
This is great.
No.
Oh, God.
There was a kind of party at my house.
Kind of party.
Then she kissed him.
What?
She kissed my other friend, and then 2 weeks later I was in.
Yeah, you've missed some of it actually because she asked me out to go out with her and I said no, and then Kyle.
So you got Whittle's sloppy seconds.
Absolutely.
Got his sloppy porridge.
Hold on. I want to commend you, Kyle. I think that a lot of people would say that, picking a girl up after she treads her way through the other fellas at the party is poor form. But other folks would say that you're going to bat 1,000 when every other dude did as well. And that's a baseball reference, so I'm going to make it easier for you. If every other guy gets a crack at it.
Reference.
What's a cricket reference for that?
Let's just say that she...
You hit it through the wicket.
Yeah.
Isn't the ball the wicket, though?
No, the wicket is
The wicket is the thing that stands.
the bat. Yeah, yeah.
So what's a try? Is that rugby?
That's rugby.
You know what? It was a good try, is what I would say. Having a girlfriend's awesome, you guys. I have a girlfriend who I love very much, who doesn't kiss any of my friends that I know of. If you're listening right now, you're in big trouble. Go to bed. Go to sleep. Sometimes you got to put them to sleep. Make them go to their rooms.
Is that another wrestling?
With a chokehold, yes. That's the finishing move. What's your finishing move, Ryan?
Don't have one. Is it raining? Is this raining?
Yeah, it's gonna pour.
So it's about to start raining and be awful out, so we better get moving.
Yeah, we should roll.
What do you guys want to say? What's your parting words to America? Let's do 1 and 1. So let's have Kyle go first. What is the last impression that you want to make on America over these airwaves?
I'm better than George.
Okay.
George Clinton,
George Whittle.
George Harrison.
All right, we got to get off the air. So the last word goes to you, George.
Romney 2012. Is that right?
That's right. Okay.
That's right.
It's not right, but it's right.
Yeah,
Oh.
correct, but...
All right. Well, we got to get out of here because the next radio show's coming out. Go ahead, Jason. I'll play him out.
No, that's all. I wanted to use the bass voice, but then it was ruined by your voice. So thank you so much, everybody who showed up today. Thank you for the show. Thanks for tuning into Killer Radio. You can find out more about us at COKComedy.com. You can find out more about these two blokes wherever the fudge they may be. I don't know. Where can we find you? Facebook. All right. Okay. I hate politics, but I'm on the Facebook. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Well, you look so hot like electric fire, moving like a master, like a Renaissance star. Oh,